Hello everyone and welcome back to another Palworld video. This game is absolutely taking over Steam right now with millions of copies being sold and a record-breaking player counts, and it's no surprise given how undeniably fun this game is. I've logged a lot of playtime in this game so far, and I wanted to relay to you some of the items that were the most helpful to me in the early game grind. Items that were indispensable and exceptionally helpful. I wanted to give you this list because you have to make choices in this game of what you're going to spend technology points on or your scarce ancient technology points on. So I wanted to help you know what to prioritize. And the first thing I'm going to put on that list today is the only item on the list that is an ancient technology item. So let's get into it. First up, it's the egg incubator. You unlock this item at level 7, it's a very early on, and I underestimated, honestly, just how useful this would be. Unlocking it is easy. Ancient technology points can drop from clearing random world bosses out there in your world. They're usually not too difficult to bring down. You can even take on things that are higher level than you, but they do have respawn timers, so you can't just endlessly farm them. But once you get your first point, spend it on the incubator. Trust me, you might think, oh, that grappling hook that's coming might be super useful. Trust me, it's really not. The grappling hook in this game honestly kind of sucks, so don't sweat that. The egg incubator is how I got some rare mid to late game pals unlocked and added to my party early on. Some of them are kind of busted in the early game and extremely powerful. But as you're out there exploring the world, you're going to find pal eggs laying around of different sizes and rarities. So collect the eggs you find, bring them back to your base. When you put an egg into the incubator, it then has a timer until it hatches. You can see on the incubator if the pal inside is too hot or too cold. Add a campfire to warm them up if necessary. Remove all heat from the area to cool it down. Keep it comfortable and it'll hatch much faster. You'll get all kinds of new pals this way, and some of them may become your new favorites. You know, it's how I got my Dazzy, who learns a crazy powerful acid cloud attack very early on. And she makes world bosses and dungeon bosses a breeze. So a lot of these pals you're going to unlock, they're going to be, honestly, like a lot of mid-game pals. So they're going to be really, really helpful for a while until you start getting into the more extreme conditions, extreme biomes that are out there, and then they'll start to get, obviously there's more powerful pals at that point. But you can get like mid to late mid-game pals very early with the incubator. And we'll revisit this idea of eggs in a minute when we get to the third item on the list, because you're going to get even better eggs. But for now, let's move on to item number 2. Next on the list is an item you unlock at level 12. It's the Incubator Saddle. This thing is a game changer for exploration and traversal. The saddle allows you to hold your interact button while your Incubator is out, and it will come to you and let you hop on it and ride it. With the saddle, you can cover much longer distances in half the time, clear entire islands in minutes, and unlock new fast travel waypoints. And its utility goes beyond just traversal too. One of the best ways I make good use of the saddle is actually to use it as a means of farming food and materials. So like chickens and sheep, they're all over these early grasslands biome islands. The deer can use a charging horn attack to lay waste to anything in front of it that's low level. You can auto-collect then the materials that they drop, so use this to farm meat and eggs from sheep and chickens, as well as like pal fluids from hen gullets roaming around out there and fuax. Get resources fast while gliding across the plains on your beautiful mount. And now there are like several pals that you can mount and ride. But for early game, none of them are as efficient between that relationship between travel and easy attacking as the Incubator. So get the saddle, get exploring, and get farming materials and resources easily. Moving on to item number 3. This one is a little bit lower down the tree, but I would still consider it early game as you'll be unlocking it easily within your first 10 hours of game time. So this is the Nightwing Saddle unlocked at level 15. This changes things completely. There are so many practical applications of having a flying mount that you can ride. The first, obviously, is collecting the glowing totems around the islands that you can, take to the PAL statues of power to level up your personal character with monumental buffs. So no more climbing and running and walking and using your glider. You just go from statue to statue, literally as the crow flies. You see it, you fly directly to it, problem solved. And not just these statues, but also find eggs and hidden chests perched precariously in particularly difficult places. The other application of the flying mount saddle is huge. It changed the game entirely for me. But there are lots of biomes out there to explore, lots of islands with rare pals and powerful rare eggs to find on the edges of the shores of the islands, covered in dangerous pals that can destroy you in an instant. Normally, you'd see a biome like this or an island like this and say, you know what, I'm too low level, I can't go there yet. I will burn alive, the climate is too extreme, I'll burn alive on this biome, or I'll freeze to death in this biome, or all the pals there are 30 levels higher than me, I'm gonna die instantly. But here's where the flying mount changes things dramatically. So with the Nightwing Saddle, you can stay outside the perimeter of the harsh climates and then circle the islands endlessly until you spot an egg on the shore or a glowing chest with tasty loot, or even just a straggler pal that looks awesome. You go ashore really quick, you grab the egg, open the chest, and fly right back out to the sea. Or you throw a few pal spheres at a high level pal that interests you. And every now and then, right, you're gonna get lucky and you're gonna bring home something that will completely change your party's dynamic in a big way. I've caught high level pals that it said I had a 5% chance of catching when I just tossed that ball at them. And just sometimes it works, you know? You cross your fingers and you win the lottery and it works and you bring that pal home. This is how I got some incredibly powerful pals added to my personal party. So absolutely, go and get yourself the Nightwing Saddle and set out exploring. You can basically uncover the entire world map this way by taking the time to circle these islands that you discover. And that will help you navigate for the rest of your game. Well, I hope you found this information helpful. There are lots of useful items in this game, but these are the top 3 that really shook things up for me and added the most value to my time playing Palworld. Feel free to leave any items of great use to you personally in the comments section for others to see as well. Thanks as always for tuning into the video. If you found it helpful or informative, hey, then would you do me a favor and leave a like on the video, as that's the best free way to support the content here on YouTube. And of course, always feel free to subscribe for additional Palworld content. Be warm and well fed, my friends, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.